Welcome to another action-packed episode of Challenge SOS, coming to you from Johannesburg. And I'm here to guide you through some of the tasks that we have set for Josie's bravest challenges. But which team is fast enough to race to the top of the scoreboard and make their school proud? Well, let's find out. You're on Challenge SOS.
Ek is Neil Botha, ek is 14 jaar oud in Hoërskool Linden in graad 9.
My naam is Rebecca Lou. Ek is 14 jaar oud in graad 9 en in Hoërskool Linden.
My naam is Janaika Tse. Ek is in Hoërskool Linden en ek is in graad 9.
Ek is Koen van den Berg. Ek is in Hoërskool Linden graad 9 en ek is 14 jaar oud.
My name is Suleiman Al-Rihawi. I am from Willamore High School. I'm in grade 9 and I am 14 years old.
My name is Sistima Kuchi. I go to Willamore High School. I'm in grade 9 and I'm 14 years old.
My name is Kopanel Baha. I am from Willamore High School. I am in grade 9 and I'm 13 years old.
My name is Tarish Ratchi. I attend Willamore High School. I'm in grade 10 this year and I'm 15 years old.
Die kompetisie laasweek dink ek het nogal goed gegaan. Ek is nog steeds nie seker wie gewen het nie, so ek is nogal nuuskierig om uit te vind wie gewen het. En maar ek dink dit het redelik goed gegaan.
What I hope to achieve in today's challenge is to just make it to the end without any mishaps and just get to the end with my team.
Ons strategie vir vandag is om net meer saam as 'n span te werk, mekaar meer te motiveer en net elkeen ons beste te gee wat ons kan.
Our team's advantage is intellectualism and strategic points. Because of that, we can overcome the challenge of not being strong enough as the other team. They may look bigger, but we are more fierce in the mind.
Ek dink as ons vandag wen, gaan dit 'n groot uitdaging wees om Challenge SOS ook te kan wen, want ons is hardwerkend en ons druk deur.
How's the teams?
Hi Sam.
So it's another week on Challenge SOS. Are you guys ready for another speed challenge?
Yes!
Well, don't get too excited because today's challenge is a 6-part race. You guys are going to be doing everything from bumboarding to stilts. Today's challenge is a 6-part head-to-head race, starting off with a bumboarding challenge down a slope. Next, our teams will try to get closer to the sky by walking on stilts. If they can master this ancient art, they can move on to the archery challenge. Straight aim will lead our teams to football darts. Their objective here is to score 100 points using sticky footballs. From the football darts, they must tackle the scary slackline. Here, balance and teamwork will be of utmost importance because if they touch the ground, they'll have to start again. Once they have successfully completed the slackline, they will head to the finish line where an aquazorb awaits them. The first team to arrive at the aquazorb wins, but 2 team members still get to tumble down the slope just for control. Well, now that we know what our 2 teams are going to be doing today, I have to say, not only am I excited, but I also feel a little bit nervous for you guys. Kopano, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling very nervous, but I'm so excited.
Suleiman, is this something that you would do on a normal weekend?
No, I would never do something like that in a weekend.
Rebecca, how do you think your team is going to fare in today's challenge?
After seeing the items that we will be doing today, I feel like my team will do good and we're all very excited, so I'm sure today will go well.
Neil, Quinn, looking back at last week, what is your team going to do differently in today's challenge?
I think we're going to have a bit more motivation, a bit more teamwork, and all of us are just going to do our best, and I think that will work really well.
Awesome. Well, we can see that both Team Moya and Team Metsi are ready and motivated to be pushed to their limits. Which team is going to race into the lead and which is going to tumble? We'll find out only here on
Challenge SOS!
Welcome back to Challenge SOS, where the race for the second spot in our quarterfinals is about to kick off. Namhlanje, we're going to find out if Team Metsi from Linden High and Team Moya from Willamore High have the need for speed. Namhlanje ke silapha eJosie X Adventures in Bryanston, Johannesburg, where they're about to take off in a 6-part mammoth race. Alright guys, without any further ado, let's get you guys set off. Alright teams, are you ready?
Yes!
Are you guys sure you're ready?
Yes!
Well, it's time to sing off!
So we first started with the bomb boarding challenge. I went first. It was very intense. They did get a better start. I caught up to them and I speeded down the slope.
Well, after a very weird start, when Neil was in the lead, but now Suleiman has actually gotten in front of him. And the first members from each team have taken to the slope, but what exactly is going on?
Toe ek gesien het hoe groot die gaping tussen ons word, het ek begin stres, maar ek het nog steeds gedink dat ons nog steeds kan opvang omdat dit so vroeg is in die uitdaging.
And Team Moya is in high spirits as Suleiman makes his way back, while Neil for Team Metsi is still
Solomon was taking the lead and I had to keep the lead, so I had pressure. Going down on my bum, it was depressing. Because I thought that I was going to fall and didn't think that it would be so much fun, but then it was so fun.
Maar toe ek op boog gesien het en gesien het Koen is nog bezig om af te gaan en dat die ander span al bezig is om aan te beweeg na die volgende deel toe, het het my net meer gemotiveer om harder te probeer by die ander stasies.
So you were done up until. And after a very promising start from both Kopano and Rebecca, halfway down they hit a bit of a snag. But it does look like Rebecca has managed to carve out some time for her team.
Come on, run! Run! Come on!
Go Rebecca!
Come on! Come on!
Hier! Dis Ambreel!
No, Alma, go!
We all had help from teamwork when we were struggling. So Suleiman and Therese helped Kopano and I to get through because us two, we were the ones who were struggling.
Die bamboarding se bord het nie regtig baie mooi gedraai nie. Ons sukkel om te draai aan al twee kante. So dit was regtig nogals moeilik.
And the third members from each team, Janae as well as Tasneem, have taken to the slope. The gap that was once this big at the beginning of the challenge seems to be getting smaller.
Janae!
Run!
Maak dit Janae!
Come on! Hurry up! Go! Come!
Go Janae!
Come on, Therese! Yes, Therese! Therese, put your feet! Come on, Therese! Push!
And with that quick changeover, the gap seems to be getting bigger yet again. And Therese is making sure that it doesn't get smaller.
Come on, Therese! Push! Push, Therese! Push! Push, Therese! Push! Yes, Therese!
Ek het laaste gegaan en om al my spanmaats te sien gaan en die gap heeltyd oop en toe te sien maak was nogal stresvol en om te weet dat ek daai gap gaan moet toemaak aan die einde was ook nogal stresvol.
Therese, push!
Tyrese went down. He also went down very fast. We still had the lead then. And then even when he went back up, he was even faster than going down, surprisingly. But he did do very well. After we put the skateboard down, and we put the helmets down. We ran very, very fast down the slope to the next challenge.
And after a sturdy performance from Tyrese for Team Moya, his team is advancing to the next part of today's challenge, while Team Metsi wait.
I went first on the studs because I thought I would be the fastest. My teammates tried to help me by the studs.
And Team Metsi is finished with the first part of the challenge. They're moving on to the second part.
By die stilts, ons hele span het eintlik nog goed gevaar.
Ons het 'n bietjie opgevang met Team Moya by die stilts want almal van ons het redelike goeie balans en dit lyk vir my of hulle die beste gevaar het met dit nie.
With Team Moya struggling with the stilts, Team Metsi could just overtake them on this challenge.
We all had help from teamwork when we were struggling. So Suleiman and Tyrese helped Kupano and I to get through it because us two, we were the ones who were struggling.
My skoene het die hele tyd van die stilts afgegly wat dit bietjie moeilik gemaak het, maar ons het almal eintlik regtig goed gedoen.
After the stilts, we finished first again. We ran, not Team Metsi wasn't too far behind us.
Yes, yes. No.
Once we got past the stills, I was very excited because we were still in the lead, and then we got to the archery.
Suleiman shot the first goal, and so I started the next one.
En ek het ook die target direk getref vir my eerste keer. Janai het 'n bietjie gesukkel om dit te tref, so ons het haar reg gehelp en dit het op die einde reg gekry.
And both teams are at the archery, but Team Metsi is already in the lead, having overtaken Team Moya. They have 2 hits, while Moya has 0.
Yes!
And the first hit from Team Moya comes from Tyrese.
Tasneem was the last person to hit the archery. I wasn't expecting her to hit it, but she did hit it very well.
And that's a hit. You guys can go through. That's 4.
Ons het eers gekom by die target en toe begin ons skop, maar ons het heeltyd klein getalle geskop.
Okay. Kick. Oh, that's it, out.
After the third attempt in the soccer target, I got the bullseye.
And that's a bullseye for Team Moya. It's 100 points. They're allowed to move on to the next part of the challenge. Team Metsi is still trying to reach that 100-point mark, which means that they can advance to the next part. Well, Team Moya has advanced to the slack line while Team Metsi is still trying to reach 100 points on the board. We're going to head on over to the finish line to see who's going to get there first.
And the slack day was an advantage for us because we could help each other, and that we did very quickly, very efficiently.
Alright. Come on. Come on. Quickly. Come on. Put your legs sideways. Come on, Tyrese, help him on the other side. Slowly. Right, back in Lucy. Right, get up. Come on, let's do. Yeah, do something. Come on. Oh, that was a bullseye, guys. That was an amazing bullseye. Come on, touch it. Right, get up. Come on, Tyrese. Put them outside. Still not finished. Right, let's go.
The coveted second spot in the quarterfinal is still anyone's for the taking. It really can go either way. We are about to find out which team will speed their way into the quarterfinals here on Challenge SOS. We still have no idea which team is balancing at the top of the leaderboard and which team is wobbling to the bottom.
Die slacklining het baie vinnig gegaan want ons het almal mekaar gehelp om oor dit te kom.
Well, it's time for the final leg of this race, and it is Zorbing. It looks like Team Moya is already here, and they're about to take it on.
We expected for it to be easier. The moment we got inside, it felt it was rubber. It felt soft, so we thought we would be safe. We thought wrong. And as we went down, we collided with each other. We collided heads against each other, elbows in faces and knees in faces. And we had a few concussions after that. But it was good. It was very intense. So after we got out of the Zorb, we knew we had won. We had our high spirits on, we had our confidence bases strapped on, and we knew we had got this victory, and that was really exciting for us as Team Moya.
Whoa! And Team Moya is the third team back with all 4 members. Guys, well done. Well done. Awesome. In the spirit of Challenge SOS, let's cheer on for Team Metsi, okay? Okay. And Team Moya is still in high spirits, cheering on for the other team as Team Metsi solves fun.
Op die oomblik is ek glad nie positief oor enige iets nie. Ek is heeltemal clueless en ek weet nie wie gaan wen nie. Aangesien ons niks weet van wat laasweek gebeur het nie. En ek voel dat miskien het hulle gewen, maar miskien het ons gewen, so ek is 100% onseker.
And Team Metsi has completed the challenge. Welcome back, guys. Congratulations. Well done on completing the challenge.
Thank you.
So, you guys are wet. You're out of breath. I'm going to let you guys get changed, and then we'll meet up to chat about results from the other challenge, which will determine which team will be going through to the quarterfinals. All right? Let's go. Team Moya, Team Metsi, you have reached the end of your elimination round. Now back to last week's challenge. Teams, who won?
We have no idea.
No idea.
I know something. All right. So are you ready to get your times for last week's challenge?
Yes.
One team did it in 38 minutes and 1 second, while the other team did it in 48 minutes and 37 seconds. Meaning that the time difference was 10 minutes and 36 seconds. And the team that did it in the lesser time of 38 minutes and 1 second is Team Metzi. And for the first time in Challenge SOS history, we have a tie. But unfortunately, we did say that there's only one spot in the quarterfinals. And in my opinion, there's only one way to settle this. And that is a tiebreaker, being a good old-fashioned tug of war. Kopano, you've just heard that your team and Team Metzi are tied, and that there's going to be a tiebreaker. How do you think your team is going to fare?
I think we're going to work as a team again and do well this time.
Okay. Neil, after today's challenge, did you think that all was lost?
No, I kept on hoping that we won last week's challenge, and I think we'll do well in the tiebreaker today.
Speaking of the tiebreaker, Quinn, what do you think your team's strategy should be going into it?
I think we should just like pull at the same time and work together as a team and motivation.
Awesome. Well, right. Without any further ado, let's find out who'll be competing for the ultimate title of the unsinkable outdoor class when they go through to the quarterfinals. All right, teams. This is it. The team that wins here today goes through to the quarterfinals. So Team Moya, Team Metzi, take up your positions. All right, Team Metzi, are you ready?
Yes!
Team Moya, are you ready?
Yes!
Remember that the team that manages to pull one member from the other team over the line wins. Okay? And in 3, 2, 1, go! And that's it, Team Metzi. You're the winners of this elimination round. You are through to the quarterfinals. Oh man, what a knuckle-whitening episode of Challenge SOS. Be sure to join us again next week when we introduce you to 2 brand new teams who are going to be battling it out for the ultimate title of the unsinkable outdoor class of this year. Nikhumbule ubana ningachochola phaa kwi-social media pages zethu, Facebook no Instagram. Bazikhona inkqubo zethu khe waziphosa ke bethuna. You can catch up on YouTube. But before we go, and to you, and of course you at home, always remember that when life hands you a challenge, it's always up to you to decide if you sink or
Swim!